Hey, mamas, it's your girl Carrie, and welcome back to Mom Life, Career Life. This week, we are focusing on self awareness, how the real growth happens when we stop just noticing what's happening to us and we start noticing how we're showing up in all of it. In fact, this is something I'll be diving really deep in the next few weeks as we wrap up this year and really intentionally prepare for next year. But we still have so much time left in this year, so I don't want you to give up on any goals you have. But I wanted to kick off this week and this whole mindset journey that I'll be taking you on with the quote that I came across while actually helping Ashley with all of her supplemental essays she had to write for the college applications, which we're almost at the finish line of that piece of this journey. But one of the essays involved picking a quote by Maya Angelou and writing about how it aligns with your life. And as I was helping her look for a quote, I came across this one and it really encompasses my daily goal of just being better than the person I was yesterday, which you obviously can't do without being self aware. And I love this quote so much that I actually wrote it down on a post it and stuck it on my monitor. I'm actually looking at it right now as I'm recording this. But the quote is, do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better. Now, let's jump in and break it down. Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life's weekly empowering episode of Monday's Motivational Mindset. And you know what that means. It's time to kickstart your week with a boost of inspiration, positivity, and a whole lot of motivation. Working moms, I get it. Mondays can be tough. We all know that. But they're also a chance for a fresh start, a new opportunity, and the perfect day to set the tone for a successful week ahead. I'm Carrie Pat, your host and fellow working mom. Every week, I'll be sharing a motivational quote and we'll break it down, share stories, and uncover the wisdom it holds for our unique journey as working moms. So whether you're getting ready for work, making those school lunches, or just enjoying a quiet moment alone, let's dive into this week's dose of motivation. Let's make this Monday count. This week, we're kicking off our topic of the importance of self-awareness with this quote by the amazing Maya Angelou. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. And I want to start out with the first part. Do the best you can. So often we replay old moments like a hot mess of a highlight reel of all of our mistakes, snapping at the kids, skipping on a workout, forgetting spirit day again. Or maybe it's something a little deeper. Maybe another mom rubbed you the wrong way at pickup and you felt that flicker of silent judgment. You know, that little voice in your head that says, I would never let my kids do that. Or, wow, she really handled that differently than I would. Or maybe it was someone at work, a coworker who took credit for your idea or dropped the ball on a project or sent that passive aggressive email that made your blood pressure just spike. And maybe you vented about it to a friend or made the mistake of not getting up and going for a walk and you ended up firing off a response that you wish you'd worded completely differently. We've all, unfortunately, had those moments, learn from them. But the truth is, they usually come from a place of exhaustion, insecurity, or just being maxed out. When we're stretched thin, it's so easy to slip into that judgment or frustration towards other people and really even ourselves. But I want you to pause and remember this. In those moments, you were doing the best you could with the energy you had, with the knowledge you had, and with the resources you had. You didn't have the awareness or maybe even just the emotional bandwidth that you have now. You were juggling deadlines, dinner, or that invisible mental load that never seems to let up. You weren't trying to be critical, you were just trying to cope. So instead of replaying those moments and labeling yourself as the mom who snapped or the one who silently judged, try to give that past version of you a little compassion. She didn't know better. And the best part, you're not stuck there. Every moment of self-awareness, it gives you a chance to just do better. That's growth. That's grace. That's the work of becoming the woman you want to be. And again, that's something that we're going to be covering quite a bit in the next couple of weeks. And all that brings us to the second half of this quote. Then when you know better, do better. This is where self-awareness turns into action because once you've noticed the patterns, your tone when you're stressed, the sigh when you're overwhelmed, or that deep breath that Russ points out all the time, the silent judgment that creeps in when you're running on empty, you can't unsee it. Awareness is like turning the lights on in a messy room. It doesn't fix everything right away, but you can now see what needs to be picked up. And knowing better doesn't mean you suddenly become perfect. Absolutely not. It means you've got new information. It means you've grown. And with that growth becomes the power to choose differently. Maybe doing better this week looks like taking that deep breath instead of responding or reacting. Maybe it's choosing to listen instead of trying to win an argument. I wish more people would do this. Maybe it's giving another mom that grace that you wish someone would give you. It could mean doing something kind for yourself, like finally scheduling that appointment you've been putting off, or putting your phone down for 5 minutes to really be present with your family. Doing better doesn't have to be this grand or dramatic thing. Sometimes it's quiet and gentle, and most importantly, intentional. It's a choice to handle an old trigger in a new way. It's saying, I know better now, and I'm trying to do better, one small choice at a time. And that's what growth really is. Tiny, intentional steps towards the woman you're becoming. And here's the part most of us skip. Growth, it's not linear. You'll know better, but you're still going to mess up sometimes, and maybe even a lot. You'll catch yourself mid-eye roll at your partner and think, I know better. But that's okay. Self-awareness, it isn't this light switch. It's more like a dimmer. It gets brighter over time the more you practice. It is a practice. Every time you choose to pause instead of react, that's growth. Every time you choose peace over perfection, that's progress. And every time you choose grace over guilt, that's you doing better. So here's my challenge for you this week, mamas. I really want you to just notice one area this week where you've learned better. Maybe it's how you manage your mornings, how you react to stress, or how you prioritize rest, or maybe not judge that mom who shows up to drop off like she literally just rolled out of bed and might not have even brushed her teeth this morning. Then I want you to ask yourself, what does doing better look like in this area today? And keep it small. I can't stress that enough. Don't try to do this big overhaul overnight. Keep it small. Maybe it's taking a pause before responding. Maybe it's saying no. Maybe it's setting down your phone. But whatever it is, honor that awareness by putting it into action. And growth isn't about being flawless. It's about giving yourself grace for the woman you were yesterday and just trying to do a little better today. And I really want to make sure you come back tomorrow where we're diving deep into the power of self-awareness. So if you don't already follow the show, take a second and hit that follow button so you never miss another episode. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life or come on over and hang out in our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.